Hello, I'm 18 years old. Last year, I went to rehab for 3 months, and I brought a journal with me. So I just wanted to share some of my stories of what I was going through and stuff, what helped me get through it, and why I was in there, and basically what helped me get through it. So I'm new to YouTube, so this is my second video. If you like what I post, or if you like this video, be sure to tap in for the future. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, just posting daily updates and stuff like that. Okay. So around this time last year, I was in rehab. Okay. It was pretty sudden, and it wasn't much I could do about it. But I still went, and I still did it because I didn't have a choice. Well, I kind of did have a choice. I went in around around the end of 2025. So I spent my Christmas in there. So around November, around that time. That's when my Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day and group rehab. And I met some pretty good people, because in that environment, it's like a community, support. You're all trying to get out that place, and that, all y'all got is each other, so y'all gonna push each other up. Outside of rehab, you don't really find a community like that unless y'all have been friends for a while. But if you do, keep that person close, man. And then the thing is, you weren't allowed to be in contact with a person from treatment and stuff. So yeah. But okay, so right before I went to rehab, I was trying to get into more of my word and build my relationship with God and stuff. And I went to this event called Fall Retreat. It was this three-day event, and it was there was this group I was with at the time, and yeah, we weren't very close, but we were still hanging. I was still getting invited back then and stuff. And so here's some notes I just said about my creator and stuff. I'm gonna say the important stuff because I did kind of write a lot. But sometimes whenever you're feeling distant sometimes whenever you're feeling different and more distant from God, He exposes us and shows us our true colors. Okay, so what I think that means is that no matter how far or how bad you might think your situation is, God really still does love you. And I got to experience that myself, but I'm not really truly saved yet. I believe so, but it's a process. It's a long process. If you can sit down and acknowledge that you've done bad, and you're on the right path, but you're not there yet. You can take the steps, and that's what God, I believe He helps you to do that. He helps you take the steps, to be saved through Him. And so another important thing, what I wrote down, hold on, let me find it, because I think I was cooking on this, well, at least at the start. And then it says, oh yeah, having temporary fun cannot satisfy the love Jesus provides for us. Need I say more? Because once we die, our soul lives up or down. Okay? If you're saved or if you're not saved. And that salvation comes through Jesus. The fun on earth now, all these everything, drugs, girls, and things on this earth, okay, we might want it, but it's not gonna fulfill us. We might think it might, but it's not gonna fulfill us at all. And I wouldn't say I know it from experience, but I've done my pretty share. And I just, that love that Jesus like provides for you, it's a way different. That's why I believe that's why people say like you're on fire for Jesus. So it go like that, right? And that just means like Jesus is your rock. I'm not there yet, but I will want to get there with my Father. And it's just like we're not gonna take nothing on this earth with us. You're gonna be judged for every action. Everything. But do not be afraid. Okay? So that was the fall retreat. Okay, that was fall retreat. And so after fall retreat, so I started rehab and stuff not too long ago. Afterwards, here's some like poems I wrote, bro. It says, you grow tall and beautiful, bright and vibrant and strong and steady, yet someone still wants to tear you down, tear you apart, and watch you fall. Stay strong and steady, and God will make you stronger, and God will save you. I didn't know what I meant at that last part, because it's kind of like faded off, but like here. I kind of drew a tree to like reference what I was talking about and stuff. So yeah. Okay. And here's like what I can like back up with love through Jesus. How if it fails you, it says my soul aches, something's missing. Why must I always feel sad? Finding self-joy feels impossible. Why do I feel like something's missing? Why am I always sad? And growing at war with my mental, rejecting feelings, becoming distant, something is wrong. Not showing up to school, no ambition, uncertain, my pride's been stripped. I've won cold and dark. Nobody knows, nobody understands, nobody cares. Okay, so this time, like, it was still a fall retreat actually, and I was just, just kind of like distant from the other people, because they were kind of close and stuff. They were talking, and I kind of underpacked that trip, and I regretted that very much. Like it just made me feel very bad about myself. So I was just I was very sad, depressed for some reason, even. But I also wrote some more. It says, yet I do realize something. Oh no. It says, yeah, I do realize something. I'm very aware of my current lifestyle. I want to change and be a better man. But what does this look like in my eyes? Changing the way I handle things, applying for different ways I can improve my future. Even though the current government is not the best looks, we live in a sad world, and sometimes it's hard to find someone who can accurately talk to and relate to. So this is kind of like, I was kind of going through coaching classes as well, so I guess that was like one of my lessons. It's applying like what I can do to become a better man or whatever. So yeah, and then I started rehab, and then the first time I tried to get out, and then like I tried to get out, but I ended up sneaking out the next day, and like just messed it up for myself. They didn't take me out. So I said, I feel so stupid. How can I be so foolish? My plan has been ruined. We're back at square one. But keep your head high. Look for a new beginning. This is like, I was trying to get out of rehab like the same week I started it, basically, by like telling my mom basically I didn't want to be in there, and like I don't think I really needed it because like I didn't think I really needed it. But the next day I decided to sneak out, right? And then that kind of changed her mind, so she decided to like keep me in there. But for this page I did draw like a picture. It's the rabbit with the clock. It's like all I had was time. That takes us to the next page. It says, everything takes time. Be patient and do what you're told. I believe good things will come into your life if you choose to follow this. It costs money to make money. So I was just thinking, just bored. And yeah, I really do agree with being patient. You know, obviously I'm out now. But that was an experience. I also drew this one. I redrew this one. Yeah. It's the Dean Blunt cover, but I redrew it in a better one. I painted it in rehab, but yeah, I was also taking coaching classes. And then after I started the event, I wrote another poem. It says, throughout the day and night, I think about you a lot, and I know it's wrong to romanticize us. But you fly in my mind like a cloud in the sky. And I drew a cloud with the sunset and stuff. And it says, the thought about you leaving my life makes me want to ball my eyes. I really do wish you were mine. I never met a kind girl like you before, gazing in my eyes. I do not know why. Ruthless. How can I be so foolish? My actions have left me ruthless. Please hear this quiet as I'm prone on why. So I was kind of missing, like, you know, certain people from that friend group. But like, we're not gonna talk about that because, I mean, it's better to confront this head on. So like, yeah, I was kind of missing certain people from the friend group. I would just, all in rehab, I couldn't have my phone. Like, I would get like searched and stuff. So all it was is fidgets and journaling. And so like, yeah, I would think about that person often. So I just read a poem and I never showed them because I'm not a good person. I want to become better. Okay. On to the next. Okay, so in this next part, I would say I'm like midway through rehab and just kind of motivated myself to push through it. It says, always remember, giving in and not trying at all is not gonna change the problem that's happening. So like, if you don't try at all, like with, let's say for instance with your faith, if you don't try to pray, at least like read the Bible, nothing's gonna change with your life. Like, it's just plain, flat, simple. I feel like you should at least try to get in your faith, because like, it's better to try than to not do it at all. Because like, I know you, like, for instance, for me, I'm not a good person, you know. I still sin, you know, I still do to this day, and I'm trying to become better, you know. I'm like trying to, you know, like spread my story and spread what I think, what I believe about God. And it's better than not doing it at all, because some people just don't even try, and that's sad, because like you just don't know what just happens after death. And it's better to be safe than not be saved at all, you know, in a way. So yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you want. I really don't mind, but I'm just here to become better. I'm gonna try to spread more gospel, you know, try to become better. Okay, take this day by day. Anyway guys, love you.